Let's go. Welcome to the main event. Applying pressure, but I promise I ain't make it then. In their heads, living free, I ain't paying rent. Wake up in the AM, making G's like Mercedes-Benz. Whoa, yeah, please don't take it.
What's up, guys? Joe Basso here. I've got a special guest with me today in the studio, Mr. Brenden Tieger.
Howdy.
Brenden.
How you doing?
What's up, my dude?
Just enjoying Jersey, my guy.
You're in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a good old time.
Yeah.
Hopefully learning a bunch while you're here.
Oh, yeah.
I always tell people in this business, more is caught than is taught, because there's just, the actual day-to-day is very simple, pretty easy to kind of grab. Then there's a lot of stuff in the peripheral that it's hard to teach,
Right.
but you just pick up on it as you're around the heat.
Right.
So you're here, hopefully learning. Dude, I want to dive into, you got a really unique story.
It's long now because I'm a bit older. So, yeah.
Yeah, 30 years old.
Yep.
So
Ouch.
30.
Oh. All right. Yeah, I'm 30.
You could admit it. It's not bad.
I'm not in denial. It just hurts.
You look like you're 20.
Keep going.
So that's good. That's a good thing. So, dude, let's dive in a little bit. So,
Sure.
You got your start in MLM.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of the company?
Wake Up Now.
Wake Up Now. How long were you with Wake Up Now?
I think it lasted about a year before it went bankrupt.
So it went bankrupt, went under.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. How old were you?
I was 19 when I first started in network marketing.
So, dude, you're with this MLM. Was this your first time building teams?
In the business sense, yeah.
Okay. Was it a fast start for you? Did you struggle? Were you built for this? Like, what was that like?
I was lucky enough to be recruited by just some really good young talent that just understood the whole concept of social media and documenting and video editing right away, because everything just happened perfectly. Because when I started network marketing, Instagram was maybe a couple years old. So I've been building off of Instagram for a decade plus.
You're so active on social media and you're so good at it. You're good at it. I remember the first time I was introduced to you, I went to your socials, and you have a unique style on socials.
Thanks.
And it draws people in.
Niche oriented for sales groups, I think it does good for that.
It does really, really well.
Yeah.
So did you picked up on that pretty quick?
Mm-hmm.
Was it natural to you, or did you study, or like?
No, the person who give him a quick shout out, Logan Shippey. I haven't talked to him in like 5-6 years now.
Okay.
But no, this guy was just a savant at understanding how to create FOMO through the internet, which that's all recruiting online is. It's
right.
Creating fear of missing out all 24/7.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
That's well said.
Yeah.
That's well said.
Thanks.
You've done a good job of it, for real. So you go from MLM. Dude, I know what you've done. I don't know in what order you did it. So At what point did you find solar?
Solar was 3 or 4 years ago, right at the tail end of the lockdowns with COVID.
Okay. So what did you do between 18-year-old MLM Brenden to solar in 2020, 2021?
There was a lot. I was in the MLM space for about 5 years after I started, jumping company to company, opportunity to opportunity. And I understood how to recruit teams. I really, really knew how to build a network within other teams and recruit them. And somewhere around, I want to say like end of 2016, end of 2017, I actually helped launch one of my network marketing companies out in Australia. And I lived there for 3 years.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that was crazy time of life.
What company was that?
Enagic, the water filtration ionizing company.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
I've known a little bit about, so I didn't realize that was in Australia.
Yeah. I mean, I had business in America, but I blew it up in Australia.
That's amazing.
It's cool.
So you lived there for 3 years. Where at in Australia?
Gold Coast and Brisbane mostly.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
That's a different way of life.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back.
That's super, super dope. So you probably have a massive network in Australia.
It's not small.
So, bro, you go from that into solar, built quite a name for yourself.
Did okay, yeah.
You're being humble. You built quite a name for yourself in the solar space.
In a sense, it's definitely with like the sales dealers and the installers relationship wise, because I didn't really post any of the solar stuff online. Not publicly anyways. I just didn't see, I never understood the concept of showing off that you're making money off of owners. I didn't get it. It fundamentally everything about it ethically, I didn't like it.
You and I very much agree on that.
Good.
For real. When I look back on my solar run,
Mhm.
it was the same for me. And a lot of people were like, dude, had no idea you were building a good sized company in the solar space. I'm like, yeah, I really wasn't very active on socials at that time.
Yeah. And I think I was lucky too, because like basically invented my role in the solar space too, because I never knocked doors, I never sold. I basically just brokered deals between installers and dealerships.
You're a connector.
Yeah, because that was the only way to have any type of quality control in solar.
So you and I were talking last night with those were some good steaks on the grill.
Oh, those are gas.
They were good.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there. You're telling me about the kind of revenue you were bringing in,
Oh yeah, it was big.
like big time,
Big. Yeah.
like big time, big time.
Yeah, 2022 was insane. Like that was really the last big arc and jump. Like I capped out about 500 deals a month. I mean, I would say about 300 to 400 would install over the course of 3 to 4 months after that.
That's huge.
It was huge. Literally, like not to brag or anything, it was 6-figure months pretty consistently for a while there.
And you were in solar for how long in total?
3 years?
So 3 years.
Yeah.
You went on a magical run.
Magical run, terrifying end, but yeah.
Well, I always say you could only go as
Mhm.
far and as fast as the vehicle that you're in allows you.
Right.
I think solar, you can move pretty fast,
Hmm.
but there's certainly a cap on how far you go, how long you can go.
Yeah, I mean, it's fundamentally flawed. It's based off of construction. It's based off of fulfillment of hiring people to install and put holes in people's roofs. And I mean, we can go on and on about it, but it's just like to actually scale, like if you want to make 6 figures a year in solar, you can do that for sure.
Definitely.
But you want to go for 7, 8, 9, you're not going to do that in solar.
No way.
VCs aren't ever going to touch solar companies ever again, at least for a long time, especially with how 2023 ended.
I think it's likely never again.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see.
I mean, like, what are you really buying?
Exactly.
There, there's no ROR. There's nothing really sustainable with it. Commissions are getting smaller, systems are getting better, so installers can pay less.
100%.
So the profitability is definitely shrinking.
Why in the world life insurance? Someone with your skill set, you can get into any number of things.
I mean,
Why insurance?
it's the original MLM. I love that. And the thing is, like, people have a bad connotation to MLM, but my experience with MLM is it's all about community. It's all about personal development. It's all about taking things to the next level with a group of people. You need a team and leadership, all this stuff. Like everything that I love about life in general happens to be in life insurance.
Dude, you said that so well. I will tell you, and we were joking about this last night. I'm not a social media guy.
No,
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
it's okay.
It's okay. It hasn't hurt me too bad.
No.
But but I'm more active today on
Mhm.
social media than I ever have been before
Mhm.
because of this industry,
Mhm.
because of the sense of community.
Right.
And I come from a faith background.
Mhm.
I was a youth pastor for a number of years. I grew up in church. My dad's a full-time pastor.
Mhm.
And so community was everything.
Right.
Like in the church world, like you're building a community around faith. And so my experience in business, I think I had a knack for business. I enjoyed business. I enjoy the game of business. I enjoy the fact that you could impact a lot of people, help a lot of people. But I don't think any other business I was ever a part of, I was never in anything MLM or MLM chassis,
Mhm.
right? I never experienced that sense of community in a business like I have here.
You're right.
And until you and I were talking about it, I don't know that I ever quite put my finger on why I love this so much
Right.
until you said that and like connected the dots. Yeah, I was born and raised building communities just in a different sense in the church world. And here I am now getting to build a massive community
Mhm.
in the business world. And it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and it's merging too. Like I've met a couple of your guys, all church.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, church seems like a great funnel.
Dude, what's cool is I think we were joking about this, but it's so true. It's reciprocal,
Mhm.
meaning like, yeah, so many of our business partners and affiliates, even some of our vendors,
Mhm.
they've been networked through church,
Mhm.
but also, dude, I go out to our Chicago crew.
Mhm.
You're gonna go there, I think, tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow gonna go see Jonah and Claudia.
That's gonna be dope, dude.
Yeah,
They're two of my favorite people, and I've been to church with them on a Sunday morning, Wednesday night for like midweek prayer service. Dude, they bring an army with them to church. Like they bring 20, 30 of their guys to church that maybe weren't in church prior.
Mhm.
So I think it's reciprocal because again, you're building that community
Mhm.
and you're building it. What I think is cool about Pinnacle is, and Zenith, by the way, we're building it around the right things.
I agree.
So talk about that a little bit, dude. Like, we've talked about that quite a bit. I've talked to your business partner, Mikey, about this quite a bit. I think in direct sales, there can be a negative connotation
Mhm.
because there's some bad habits that come along the way if you're not careful in the direct sales game.
Yeah. I mean, look, and whenever you're dealing with people, leading people, recruiting people, um, it can become a rock star lifestyle right away if you start having the successes and you want to celebrate and then you fall into like bad habits. To have that direction that you do have in the community of church and everything, I feel like now looking back the past 10 years of doing this, well, 11, it definitely would help me a lot. Yeah. And that's just my personal opinion with it. And the cool thing with Mikey and Connor too, like we we go to church together now, which is
It's
cool.
amazing.
I mean, I didn't go to church for years,
Wow.
years, and then just to go with the guys, like it's not just us, like the guys go to, like going with Danny and Chase, like it's cool because everyone
Amazing.
is looking for purpose. And one of the things I used to share with people all the time, especially when it comes to marketing online, it's all about documenting versus creating. That's what I really love about it. It's if you really want to get good at this recruiting game and this marketing game for this niche of sales, I think it's all about documenting. And when you're documenting progress, you have to understand people correlate progress to happiness, right? And people all just want to be happy.
That's it.
So when they see the progress and they see that it's possible, I feel like that just opens a whole new opens a whole new door of opportunities for people.
I love that. Well said. Well said, dude. So I've noticed I've had conversations with people from the solar world
Mhm.
about you.
Oh yeah.
Don't be scared.
I mean, I would say I'm the anti-hero of solar.
No, this is the point I'm making. It's interesting. People have a fear of you in a healthy way because they respect you. Like you're well respected and feared. But it's unique to me. And there's almost this, like I'm trying to make sense of it as I've gotten to know you. I think I figured it out a little bit. But dude, you're one of the best dudes I've gotten to know. Like you got a great heart, you're a great person, you're kind, you're giving, like you have a good soul. So
Can I get that clipped? I need to send that to my friends and my family.
explain the dichotomy for me. Explain it because it's so unique.
Look, I've stayed up late thinking about this stuff, right? Because obviously, like I do care what people think, but not in a sense I don't care enough to stop me from pushing forward and making things happen for my people and everything. And when you're on my side, when in solar it was all about representing the dealership, the sales force. That's why I was loved and revered, and installers feared me. They were scared of me, and it's because I made it very very simple. It's like, look, you guys screw this up, I'm gonna take it to the competition. That's how you had to do quality control. That's where me and Mikey were different. Mikey was all about building one business, one installer. And the fact that he was able to build a business so massively the way he did,
That's
which we
incredible.
were neck and neck for a long time, and he had to do it with one partner was insane to me. But that also had his repercussions as well. But same with mine, where I was able to get these installers compete for the Salesforce's business. That was my whole model. And what I started to understand why insurance was so insane for me personally as what I do for work is that I noticed over time the opportunities would last a bit longer than my sales forces because my sales forces would not end up being able to fulfill what they wanted to do, right? What they wanted to accomplish. Why do people get into sales? They want financial freedom.
100%.
They want freedom in general. They want to have the power of choice to walk away from it. And then when you started to see what the solar business really was it was just pushing it to the next summer, pushing it to the next summer. All it was about, oh, we only have a couple years left. Oh, we only have 3 or 4 years left. Getting people excited for the next summer. And it was just a revolving door. And these guys never got where they want to go. That's why these people that got out of it, which they maybe were back in 2022 were they able to exit it. Not anymore. It's not. I really don't think it's ever going to happen again. Like people look up to these people that were able to get away from solar and do something outside of it. But that's not how you build a business in solar. It's all about just making your reps spend all their money. Like whether it's the nightlife, the lifestyle, the whatever it may be that people want.
Gotta get them hooked.
Get them hooked. It's like just getting addicted to suffering,
Yeah.
which I don't know many people in the solar business that built that model for as long as they did that are in better shape, that are mentally healthy. Like people are really just pulling everything they can out of these reps. With this game, with insurance, you give them a finish line.
Oh yeah.
You're not having them knock doors. You're having them work from home or wherever they want, really. Like to be able to maintain your quality of life and actually get to your goals too, you don't see that anywhere else.
I think the thing that blew my mind, Tieger, when I got into this space was the sheer amount of verticals within the industry, so that no matter what your skill set is coming in or what you develop your skill set to be in this space, there is a niche for you. So for some people, it's just selling simplified issue life insurance. And you're like listening in, you're like, what is that? It is so simple, anybody can do it.
Right.
They call it simplified issue because it's stinking simple. So no matter what your background is, whether you were an all-star salesperson or you're not, you can come in and make a really healthy multi-six-figure living in simplified issue life insurance without recruiting, without building. You're doing well.
Yeah.
What if you're like me and you? You're a builder. We like to build. Like we're not happy, we're not fulfilled unless we're building.
Facts.
How we're wired, right? You can make 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures if you want to build, which is really cool. What if you're like just, I don't know, I call it the Harvey Specter. I don't know if you're a Suits fan.
I'm a massive Suits fan.
Yeah. What if you're just a closer? You don't really want to build a big team. Maybe you got a few people, your dogs that you run with, but you're a Harvey Specter. Dude, get into what we call advanced market sales. And you can knock down multi-millions a year in income pretty easily. FIAs, IULs, et cetera, et cetera. There's just so many different variations. Take a holistic approach. Do it all. Get health insurance, Medicare, all of it. So what's really unique for me, for the builders, for anybody, there's a finish line. Build your book. You can sell your book pretty easily. There's a lot of buyers giving you a really healthy multiple for your book. What if you just want to cash flow it, man? You can cash flow it for as long as you want to. I know a lot of people that are, 50s, 60s, and they're like, yeah, dude, I worked 10, 15 hours a week, still making, 7 figures a year part-time. That's the beauty of this space. It creates more millionaires every year in the United States than any other industry in the country.
I love that you brought that up about what if you want to just cash flow this? Because I was asked this question the other day that really resonated with me. And it was just, like, why are you so focused on the exit? Right. And they think it's because I want to get that cash. They want to get that cash in my bank account, whatever it is. But obviously, like if you know this game, you can cash flow this and live very, very, very well.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that I want the exit. I want the choice. Right.
Well said.
Having the choice is all I'm after right now. Having the choice to walk away if I wanted to. I probably won't. I love this game. All this is about is giving people a better opportunity.
We all want options. No one wants to be backed in a corner. Think about it, man. You said earlier in your early 20s, you're hopping around from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. Why? Because at some point in the current vehicle you were in, you ran out of options. The options ran out. Now you were stuck. You had to jump. This industry, to sum it up, you've got so many options at every point in the game. And you get to do what makes you happy and where you get your fulfillment. Whether that's just helping clients, whether that's helping clients and other agents, whether that's building a massive group. There's just so many avenues in which you can find your niche. And it's funny. I'm sitting here in our New Jersey office. It's one of our core offices, and I bought this place 3 years ago.
Mhm.
3 years ago, we were a very small team, a very small team. We had just gotten started in the industry, and I knew what it could be. I didn't know what it was going to be. And I knew back then, if we could just get this opportunity to the masses, the people like you that are born builders, you've got the skill set, you got the experience, you can come in. This is the vehicle to use your skills to get what you want. And sitting here 3 years later, dude, I can't tell you how happy I am. Seriously, how much joy I have in my heart that Pinnacle is what it is and what it's becoming, and that you're going to be a huge part of it, dude.
I'm excited to be here. And the thing is, it's not just me, right? Like the talent that we're bringing on board, the good people, and that's the thing. A lot of people think I'm just hating on solar. The amount of respect I have for the guys doing well in solar, that have done well in solar, they are so overqualified for that position, right?
So true.
Yeah, and that's the thing. To all of us people in the game, we call it our battle scars. In solar, we all have our scars, because we can get into the details real quick, but it's like, dude, there's the lack of regulation, the money flow, all that stuff. Like, there's so much risk in it. The reason why solar got destroyed last year, people want to blame so many things, right? But it's human behavior that screwed it all up. It was the lack of financial wherewithal. It's these sales orgs that decide they can do installs better than installers, and now they're handling money, but they don't know how to handle money, right? It's the mismanagement of funds that destroyed solar last year. People not getting paid out, installers over leveraging themselves, paying out too much, all that stuff. That's all it was. And all these people that are in the solar game, they're so talented, they're so good, and there's a lot of good-hearted people in it. And that's what I want to talk about you. It's like, we've been looking for someone like you in Pinnacle. Like, I've never had somebody tell me these words and I actually believe it. You told me yesterday when we were having a cigar, just enjoying the water view, I am never going to screw you over. 99 times out of 100, maybe even 100, you're the one. When someone says that to me, my ears perk and I go, oh, I'm screwed. You're screwed. I'm boned. Like, that is such a red flag. It is such a red flag. It's like, I'm never going to screw you over. When you said it, I was like, oh, shoot, this is real. And that's the thing. That's exciting, because a lot of us, we are capped at a ceiling of always having our head on a swivel, right? You want to build this thing, you want to build this thing, want to build this thing, but it's just like, should I build it bigger? This guy might do something. Something may go wrong. All this stuff might go wrong. You just look at the books. I was talking with Connor about this the other day. In over 150 years, no insurance company has gone insolvent.
Not crazy.
Do you know how many solar companies went insolvent last year?
Dude, I actually don't know the number, but it's got to be outrageous.
I don't know the exact number, but it was about 7 scrolls of the iPhone screen. Like, it was ridiculous. And what did that come down to? Mismanagement of funds. In insurance, you can't mismanage funds.
So highly regulated in a good way.
It's amazing.
In a good way.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole point of this game, right? Like, in this business, you're not reliant on X, Y, and Z to pay Z, Y, and X to then you get paid. With this, it's direct to carrier,
which is huge.
That's fantastic.
It's massive.
It's everything. People aren't looking at the facts. Like, people want to complain about the install times. People want to talk about installs going wrong, adders, all that stuff. Like, yeah, all that stuff sucks too. But fundamentally, that industry is flawed because it needs regulation. And when regulation comes, the commission will be smaller.
Way smaller.
Way smaller. And you're not even thinking about nuclear power about to take over. I'm just saying, I've done my research. Community solar taking over. I'm not saying solar is not going to become what it's going to become. I think the opportunity of solar is dwindling.
There's bubbles. Like, there's certain things that are absolutely bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some people hear me talk about solar, they hear you talk about solar, and they're thinking, these guys don't know what they're talking. Dude, we made a lot of money in solar. Tons. So it's like, no, we get it. However, it was a temporary thing where you go in, you do what you can.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't regret it for a second, because it made me so much better in every way. It made you so much. You have to be. If you're not a savage, if you're not really good,
you don't make it.
You don't make it there. And so the person that it made us, when you jump into a stable, centuries old industry, Man, it's massive.
Mhm.
And I think the life insurance space, I'm not saying this as a fact because obviously I don't know everyone that's ever been in the life insurance space. I don't think the life insurance industry has seen the door-to-door culture like we're bringing to it.
Yeah.
And I think it's about to get pretty wild.
Do you know how I know that the door-to-door industry just sucks? Just like actually door-to-door, like knocking the doors.
How?
Because the amount of groups, the groups full of people that are traumatized by it, that join it, but they're training platforms. There's guys as training platforms, but it's people that are in there, but like, oh, you learn how to do it better. No, it's literally to like share your traumas with each other.
Group therapy,
It's
dude.
group therapy that they monetize.
That's wild.
It is nuts, dude.
It is a lot of brain damage.
I mean, brainwashing.
You got to drink that Kool-Aid.
I mean, when the Kool-Aid's good, it's good, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I think you talked to Mikey about this. Like, oh, can you see yourself doing that 40, 50, 60? I can't see myself doing that in my teens, 20s, 30s. Like, what do you mean? Like, I used to get what's it called? I used to get some backlash, like, oh, you never knock doors, you don't get it. I'm like, dude, I also never been to war. I've also never shot off my foot. I've also never jumped off a building. Yeah, I don't want to get it.
You
No
don't want to
offense.
get it. I did it for 8 years, dude.
Yeah, dude, that sucks.
And I got to tell you, it was brutal. And I could tell you from year 1 to year 8, every single day I wanted out. I
Mhm.
just didn't know how to replace the income that I was making in door-to-door
Right.
sales. And if people are listening to this and they're in door-to-door,
Yeah,
they
respect.
might be, listen, A, respect. B, I get it. No one can come out and say door-to-door sucks when you're managing a door-to-door team. You'd lose your team overnight. Like,
Yeah.
we get it. We get it. There's like this secret club where it's like the guys that run solar or any door-to-door org, like, we know it sucks.
Mhm.
There's something better where you can have all the good,
Mhm.
all the perks, and you get rid of a lot of the garbage.
Mhm.
It's here.
It's absolutely here.
It's here.
Never been so sure about anything my entire life. I was in solar for 3 years. I was gonna go to 4. Never posted about it. I'm posting about this
Constantly.
constantly. Like people on my close friends list may have seen solar stuff because that's what I used to recruit back in the day. But it was in public wise, it was like I just again fundamental issues. Why are we promoting making bags and bags of money off of homeowners? I don't understand it.
This is if anybody listening, they're thinking, well, why is life insurance any better? Let me sum it up real quick. What we do, we're making such a profound difference in our clients' lives.
Mhm.
And there's nothing that can take our place. AI can't take our place. The call centers can't take our place. Nothing can take our place because I learned this early in my life insurance career, my financial industry career, which was life insurance isn't bought, life insurance is sold.
That's clean.
And it requires a real human with emotion that can actually get to know the client, figure out what is your why? Who are you trying to protect? This is one of the few products that you're purchasing in your lifetime. Now, don't get me wrong, there's insurance products you can purchase that you're going to benefit with cash accounts inside the policy, retirement type products, etc. But as a whole, life insurance is designed to pay the people that you love when you're gone. That makes it very unique. And so we're genuinely helping, making a life-changing difference to the clients that we serve.
Mhm.
And it just so happens that because we're irreplaceable, that the carriers pay us very, very, very well to do our job. That's a win-win-win. It's a win for the client, it's a win for the agent, and it's a win for the carrier. Does that make sense?
100%. And like to get up to extend on the carriers, like it's not like anybody in this space is like, oh, I'm gonna juice this client up.
You can't.
Solely, that's all it is, man.
You're right.
How much money can I make off of this homeowner?
Can't.
No.
This is so highly regulated. You can't change not literally 5 cents for any client, period, at all, ever in the insurance space.
Love that.
Which is huge. Which is huge. Brenden, close us out. What do you, envision for Zenith? What is the trajectory? What are some of your goals? Because like I know, once you put them out there, they're real. It's going to happen. Give us some juice.
I'm going to try to say this as humbly as possible. As humbly as possible. I don't believe insurance has ever seen anyone like us. We have made solar look cool, which is just one avenue. We've made water look cool. We've made selling coupons on the internet look cool. And the thing is with this, it's like, okay, wait. For the first time in my life, I can build this thing and know that it's not just going to crumble. And that brings something out of you that it's very rare. It's like the first time you see an opportunity, right? Like, do you remember your first opportunity?
I remember it. You saying in business?
Yeah, in business.
I remember like it was yesterday. Yeah.
That first feeling of like, oh wow, anything's possible again. I haven't had that in the past 10 years. Like everything had a cap. Like with insurance, with Zenith, with Pinnacle, with your guidance, because we talked to a lot of people before we came here. A lot of people. We do our research, we do our due diligence now. We're older now, we're wiser now. We know that this is the place. This is home. And we're gonna take it home. Like absolutely run this stuff. And I know you got guys that you've been working with for years and years and years. We're gonna kick their ass.
Dude, no one likes competition better than me.
Yeah.
And I hope that you do. And I would say the same to them.
Yeah,
because that's what we get to do every day. And what's unique, I'm going to throw one more thing out here for people listening that again makes this industry so incredible for me.
Mhm.
We're a combined business.
Mhm.
What does that mean? Like you're flying tomorrow to go hang out with Jonah Lewis,
Mhm.
Prosper Financial Group. These guys are super sharp. They're
Mhm.
like early 20s. They're running a $15 million company. They got started just a couple years ago.
Mhm.
They're making money hand over fist and they're growing like crazy, right?
Oh, they're buying dinner for sure.
They're buying dinner.
Oh yeah.
100%. But here's the point. Technically, y'all are competition. But you're going to go learn from those guys and they're learning from you.
Mhm.
And dude, there's 2 million licensed insurance agents in the United States.
Mhm.
We're coming after all of them, baby.
Oh yeah. And beyond that, like think higher level. Like I implore you guys that are watching this that aren't very aware of like how business works. We were talking about how there's so many ways to make money in insurance, right?
Yeah.
From the lead gen, media buyers, from literally tech, all that stuff. Guys, everyone can become a collaborative partner.
Everyone.
If you do this right, which I believe we are doing this right, especially with your guidance and everything, look, it is in everyone's best interest to work together, but have that level of competition because competition breeds excellence, something I've been taught and I love. Look, this energy isn't like, oh, I'm better than you. No, this energy is like, yo, let's freaking, like, we'll see you on the field. Let's freaking, like, go to war.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah. And
Dude,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's like what I want to talk to. It's not just the insurance guys I want to talk to. All these people that are in the media buying space, that are in the tech space, they need to look at insurance.
they have to.
They have to. Like this opportunity, it's been right in front of our face the entire time. And that's one thing I was taught when I was younger is like, where's the best place to hide something? Right in front of you.
Right in front of
And
you.
it's been there the whole time. And it's just, guys, like, do you know how much harder it is to lead gen for solar? Do you know how much harder it is to lead gen for any other opportunity? But it's insane.
I would say the future is very bright.
Oh yeah.
You guys are already killing it. I
Oh.
mean, you guys have been here for like 30 days and you're on a record-setting pace, which is pretty dope.
Pretty cool.
I'm very excited. I think it's been, I put it this way, once or twice in my entire 15-year career now have I met a crew and it felt instantaneously like it was hand in glove. So I'm pumped for this, dude. I got your back every step of the way. The question is not, are y'all going to be a massive success? It's how many other people can we introduce this to? We said this, I think, a few weeks ago. We were on a call, probably your partners and myself. I think we're going to create more millionaires in the next 5 to 10 years with this opportunity than have ever been created with any single company. And that, to me, that's what I'm passionate about. That keeps me up at night. It gets me going in the morning. Let's make a massive impact.
Say less.
Say less. Appreciate you, bro.